It's me, Zenobia Darling. You're listening to hashtag Rockstar Life, the Coffee Break podcast. Let's go. Where the hell's my cold brew at? Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. So I'm coming at you. I'm actually recording this Wednesday, what day is it? Wednesday, April 9th. It is 11:22. So this episode will be out in probably a few hours. So I have an episode I recorded this weekend. It's a solo Espresso Shot episode. I was sick as fuck last week and Saturday. And I kind of just chilled in bed, and I polluted my brain with reality television, as one should. I watched all of Gypsy Rose, and then I started talking about Gypsy Rose. I got a whole episode that I'll put at the tail end of this, all about Gypsy Rose, because there's a lot there. There's a lot fucking there to digress. But I was getting ready to edit the episode, and I was watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion, so I figured I would give you guys a little prelude, or just a little 10-minute update on my thoughts on Real Housewives right now, because there's a lot of stuff going in Real Housewives, and I'll put it in the beginning of the episode. So let's get into this espresso shot. So again, guys, I'll do this, and then I'll probably go to the ad break, and then I will go into that episode. But I was watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's part 2 of the reunion, and I swear to fucking God, it is such a good episode. This season, I mean, let's be honest, Real Housewives is not delivering old school Real Housewives. We're definitely in a new phase. I remember there's the astrologer Andy Bellotti. He's been on my podcast before. He said in his blog, and actually on that podcast, that astrologically we're going into a phase. I forget what conjunction or what planet's doing what, but we're going into a phase where influencer culture, the reality TV bubble, all that stuff is really starting to wane. And I can definitely see it's happening. I mean, I definitely think there is something that has shifted in society when it comes to reality television, especially legacy aspirational lifestyle reality television. And I think more people are aware of the game. I think social media has made people more aware of it. And I think the audience has gotten way more smart, and to be quite frank, these fucking episodes are just not delivering the way they used to. But being a diehard Real Housewives lover, I mean, I'm a Vanderpump Rules scholar. Everyone knows I talked about it, I think, more than anything. I wrote my thesis on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules. So, I'm always going to love these shows. I'm always going to watch them. It's like a fucking soap opera, but reality show. I mean, it definitely has that. So this season of Beverly Hills, I was kind of over it a little bit. I never really watched in real time. I always watched a few days after it aired, just because it wasn't appointment TV. It wasn't what was it? The Amsterdam one with Lisa Rinna, who's trying to choke out Kim Richards in a thing, and Kyle Richards is running off. It's just not delivering that. It's not delivering oh God. And Beverly Hills was some of the darkest shit ever. I mean, you remember Taylor Armstrong and the whole domestic abuse, and then that husband's suicide. It was it got really dark, but it used to be really, really good and compelling. And it's still compelling. It's still there, but you can definitely tell there's a shift this season. And there has been. I mean, and Beverly Hills is really famous for Bravo pumping the most money in and propping them up, and them delivering nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Legacy Roni by far is the best Real Housewives you will have. Probably some of the best reality TV you will ever see. They always, and that's the one they should have put more money in. But Beverly Hills, I'm what the fuck? We got Kyle giving us nothing. And you know what else pisses me? I'm just gonna be blunt. I fucking am over Kyle. I'm over Kyle Richards. She's a fucking bitch, annoying. She's fake. She's phony. I'm over her. I've never been a Kyle Richards fan. The only time I liked Kyle Richards was in the first season of Beverly Hills, but I didn't like her until the end, because there's another side to her that she doesn't show. And that's the problem with Beverly Hills, is they're way too camera aware. They're way too like, I don't know. They're just way too aware of what they're putting on camera. Whereas like in New York or New Jersey, they don't give a fuck. I mean, they don't care that the camera's on there. I mean, Teresa Giudice famously does not watch the episode, doesn't give a fuck. On New York, I mean, I think they watch it. I mean, I was just watching Dorinda talk about Kenya Moore, who I will get into. But Dorinda doesn't give a fuck. I mean, she was doing an interview and she's like, she called Kendrika or something. I'm like, really, Dorinda? Really? But it's like, we're aware of what's happening, and definitely the bubble. What the fuck was that? I don't know. I definitely have a ghost in my apartment, but it's not anything bad. And I'm pretty sure I just saw, I'm sitting in my living room and I'm looking over near the stairs and I'm like, ooh, something caught my eye. But anyway, I'm fucking over it. I'm really over it. And I'm over Kyle Richards. And like, I just never, and it's one of those things with Kyle. And this is what pisses me off. We know that her and Mauricio got divorced. Okay. It is what it is. You're on a fucking reality show. You need to sign up. I got really pissed a few years ago because Netflix greenlight buying Beverly Hills, the now canceled reality show. It was kind of be like Selling Sunset with the agency and Mauricio, but on Netflix. And she kind of is like trying to deviate out what she puts on what content. And she didn't really talk about the Mauricio Kyle thing. Like when it publicized they got divorced, like they did it purposely so it would be caught on Buying Beverly Hills, trying to get fans from Bravo over to watch that show. Well, I didn't watch that show. I watched clips of it, and I have to say it was awful. I don't like the real estate shows. I never have. I never will. But I'm just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what? Like, I'm good. I'm really good. Go somewhere with that. It is what it is. And then this season, so is Kyle with Morgan? Is she definitely dipping the lady pond? My personal opinion, and I mean, I just will say this, I am a queer person. I have a lot, I'm gay as fuck. I'm looking at a rainbow flag I have hung over my refrigerator, my kitchen. Like, I'm gay as fuck. I love gay people. I think gay people need to rule the world. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, Kyle, just be honest. Like, you don't have to say you're a lesbian, but you can say, yeah, me and Morgan, like, we have a thing going on. It doesn't mean like you're like, the next it girl in lesbian magazine or something, but it's at the same time, like, just be real. Like, do you have something with this girl? Like, what is the story? Because it's more suspicious that you don't talk about it. And then this season, she wouldn't even say her fucking name. And it was like Garcelle was calling it out, but it's like, you didn't even say her name. But I was reading the blogs, I was listening to the podcasters, and apparently Morgan Wallen, not Morgan, that's the country singer. Morgan, what's her face? I don't listen to country music. I fucking hate it. I know, like, because of my nephew, he loves Morgan Wallen. I know he did something with SNL where he gets me back to God's country, which I'm like, have at it, bro. Go back to, Texas and hee haw and shit. I'm not a country person. I know my little nephew loves him, and I guess there's Morgan Wade. She's like a lesbian country singer that's like tatted up or something. I don't know. All I know is Morgan Wade intersected with Real Housewives. So that's where I know her from. And I mean, clearly Morgan is a singer. She is someone in the public eye. And of course she's like, yeah, I'm friends with a Real Housewife, possibly dating, possibly eating her pussy out. Like, she was on there last season and now she's like, oh, it gives me anxiety. Bitch, fuck you. You're a singer. Like, but Kyle is producing a documentary with her that they're being very tight-lipped about. So I don't know what streaming service it's on. But at the same time, I'm like, are you not talking about it this season on Beverly Hills so you can put it on in the documentary so you get Bravo fans over to watch the fucking documentary? Because if that's the case, bitch, you need to be fired. I remember when Robin on Potomac, she did that shit. She purposely didn't talk about something on the season and on the reunion and then did it on her Patreon to get followers to her Patreon. And Bravo fucking fired her ass. I mean, they put her on The Traitors. She flew to Scotland where I don't watch that show either. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, it's getting to that point where I'm like, Kyle, you need to go off the show. Bravo needs to fire you. They need to check your fucking ass. I know Bravo loves the Richard sisters, but I mean, even on this part 2 of the reunion, when Kathy came out, like, I love Kathy, but Kathy's organically friends with these people. Like, Kathy can easily be a friend of without Kyle. Andy flat out asked, like, we want to know about Kim Richards. She was in the press saying she was having a psychotic episode. She's battling her demons, and they were very tight-lipped about it. And it's one of those things where I'm like, Bravo loves the Richards sisters. They do. They love their drama. And honestly, I think it's time that ship sailed because Kyle is not delivering. She's not delivering it. It's not good. I'm over it. I'm just fucking over Kyle. I am. It's like, I've never but this season, I'm like, girl, what is it? And then you just want to be whiny and be a bitch to everybody. And then this whole thing with Dorit, Dorit is one of my favorite housewives. I love her. She's just she's just a kooky villain. She is. She's very fashionable. But she check marks everything I want in a housewife. Questionable money. Every time Dorit's on you're like, how are you paying for this shit? How are you paying for this shit? Clearly she's not wearing Gucci. She's wearing Poochie. Some knockoff shit, but it's one of those things, and Renton clothes and shit. There's a lot of things that we question about her, and that makes a good housewife. She definitely has a side, and I remember when her PK was on the show when it was the whole thing with the doggy gate with Lisa Vanderpump. They look like villains, and it's we know that there is this villainous quality to Dorit, and it's I love Dorit for that. Just Dorit does it, that fucking accent. And I'm just going to say this also about Peacock. I pay enough fucking money for Peacock that they need to have every single episode of Real Housewives unedited. Okay? They do the reunions unedited on a lot of these shows and have been. And I have to say, I want every fucking episode unedited. I love it. There is I was watching it and my fucking heart was singing you couldn't believe when they were playing the clips of Dorit being she's such a fucking cunt. I love it. And you're hearing, I'm like, God. And then her getting at it with Sutton, and she's like, you are a fucking cunt, Sutton. You are a cunt. And I didn't call you a fucking cunt, Dorit. I called you a stupid cunt. I love it. I love when the cunt word said every time Dorit is saying it. And then she fucking said to Sutton, because Sutton was like, what do you fucking want from me? And then Dorit said it. She's like, you live on a fucking main road. You're not the Queen of Sheba. And I was like, oh my God, with her fucking European Connecticut accent. I'm like, we pay enough money for these damn streaming services. Bravo, you need to make every single one of them unedited. I'm a 33-year-old adult. I can handle it. I want the uneditedness. Just make it happen. Just make it fucking happen. But just fucking Dorit and this whole PK thing. Kyle is being dirty. If I was good girlfriends with somebody and they were divorcing their husband, who I had a friendly relationship with, I mean, I don't take sides, but at the same time, you're gonna kind of remove yourself from the situation and from the husband. You go with whoever you're closer with. And it's definitely leaning, Kyle's playing both sides of the fence too. And that's also annoying me. The whole fight and with her and Dorit, I mean, I'm on Dorit's side with it. And Dorit, I mean, she is coming out hard. She's taking no prisoners. I fucking love it. More power to Dorit. She's killing it. Really, she is. And then we got fucking Garcelle. Garcelle left. And there was a moment in the first episode where they were where Erika, Erika, you need to go too. You need to be fired. This whole lawsuit with Marco, who is a queer fashion designer that you fucked over. We saw it all in the documentary. You need to go. Your storyline is just being annoying and remodeling your rented casita. Girl, and then you're going to say Garcelle is boring. Garcelle's working. Garcelle is aspirational. Erika, you're not. Your casita's in fucking Hancock Park in Los Angeles. You're boring. You're a bitch. You're a stupid cunt. I hate you. I've always not liked you. I think you appropriate drag culture. I could go on and on about Erika Jayne. Ugh, and she's making me cough up phlegm too. Ugh. But I hate Erika Jayne. She needs to go somewhere. She needs to go fuck herself. I'm just over it. And your fucking storyline is redoing it, girl. Go. And then you're going to say Garcelle's boring. Fuck off, girl. Fuck off. If I was Garcelle, I would look at her and be like, why don't we talk about you getting sued again? Why don't we talk about you being shady? Because that's the thing with Erika. It's I'm so over it. I'm just so fucking over it. Just bye, Erika. Bye. But with Garcelle, when Erika started going at Garcelle, there was a moment where she like looked up at the ceiling and you could tell she was like disassociating. And I think in that moment she was like, I'm done. Fuck this shit. I'm done. I'm not doing this. Fuck off. We're good. And and she announced that she was leaving. It's teased in next week's episode that she is not taking the cast photo. And I'm like, good for you, Garcelle. We're still going to have Garcelle. I mean, she does the murder shows. She produces those Black Girl College movies, the Black Girl Missing at HBIC college movies. I mean, I don't watch that shit, but I don't watch it because I don't really like scripted things. But good for her. And it's fucking Garcelle Bouvet. Like, she had her stuff beforehand. I remember when she came on the show and I found out her backstory where she got messy in her divorce. It was like, yeah, good. This is good. And she delivers. And she's the only one brave enough to call out Kyle and call out Erika. And I appreciate it. And she can handle the heat in the kitchen. Bose, we're good. She'll probably come back, but I like her, but not really my fave. Definitely, I think Kyle needs to go. Sutton can be let me rephrase this. Going forward, I think Kyle needs to go. I think Erika needs to go. And I think, and now we got Garcelle gone. Honestly, bring back Denise Richards and bring back Lisa Vanderpump. Seriously. I love Lisa Vanderpump. I need her. I want her back. And I want Adrienne Maloof back. I fucking love Adrienne Maloof. And the other thing, though, Heather from Real Housewives of Orange County, she wants to be on Beverly Hills so fucking bad. She's sitting there like, why am I filming with white trash Peggy Sue Tamra? Tammy Joe from the fucking trailer park. Why am I filming with these trashy bitches when I live in Beverly Hills? I want to be with Wealth. I want to be with Sutton. And it's like, they're never going to make her that. They're never going to. And who I'd like to see on Beverly Hills? We saw Sheena. Let's bring Sheena on. Sheena can handle it. Sheena would be good. I think it would be amazing. This reunion just lit me up. And quite frankly, I think it's just the fact that we got to hear Dorit call Sutton and Camille cunts multiple times. Like that's it. But it was fucking delivered. And fucking what's her name? Jennifer Tilley. I love her. I never really talked much about Jennifer Tilley, but again, I'm a horror person. I love Bride of Chucky. I love that. When she came on there, she was talking about the ghosts in her house, and then she had the fucking what is the Bride of Chucky? God, I'm blanking on her name. My horror card is getting revoked. This sucks. Tiffany. She had the fucking Tiffany doll, and she serves it a glass of wine. I was like, girl, you're my people. Jennifer Tilley's my people. I like her. I like her a lot. I mean, she needs to stay. She needs to stay. I want Garcelle back. I do. I kind of want Bose. Bose can go too. Like, can we can we have Lisa Rinna back? I love Lisa Rinna. I don't know. There's a lot to talk about. And then before I go into the ad break and then to the finish of the rest of the episode, I want to talk about this thing with Kenya Moore because I started watching this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I love Atlanta, but the last few seasons have been awful, just absolutely awful. So they really rejiggered a lot of the cast, and they really seem to get it right. I like the new people. I will say they seem a little educated in the Real Housewives of it all. Like, you can definitely tell they've watched the show. And I was excited. I watched the first episode. I like that Portia's back. And I was like, okay, we're good. And the thing about Atlanta is they are the ones that, like, Legacy New York has this too. I like my Real Housewives to kind of have a drag campy quality. I want them to be shady to each other, not afraid to move through conflict, being shady. And it's funny. Real Housewives is supposed to be a comedy. And Beverly Hills has been some of the boringest shit. But, Legacy Roni's like that. And Real Houses of Atlanta is like this. It's funny. Like, it's the funniest. I sit there and I crack up. And it's just some of the shit. I remember there was one. This is probably the best shade ever. It was fucking Nene Leakes, and she was pissed because I want to say Kenya and someone else didn't go to her house, and saying it was too far out to some party. And Nene was like, "Yeah, well, they have no problem coming out to my town for the Outlets Mall." And I was like, "Oh, it's like shit like that where it's like." just like shade like that cracks me up. I mean, Nene probably will never come back, but Nene delivered. But I actually rewatched the last, like, this was like a good like 3 weeks ago. I rewatched the first, second, and third season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I forgot how fucking hilarious it is and how good it. Remember Dwight, that gay guy playing the flamboyant parties? Oof, there was a lot there to talk about. But I was happy because the first few episodes I was like, okay, Atlanta is back. Like, we got our girls back. We got our peaches back. You know, I love seeing Portia. Fucking Drew is just a fucking hot ass mess. I mean, just a hot mess to like the 10th power. And I'm enjoying the divorce. And I was happy that Kenya was back, but I knew she'd be a friend of. And we knew that because the taping happened back in June. And, you know, she opened the Kenya Moore hair care salon, which I love the Kenya Moore hair care. I mean, when she showed up to What's Her Face's party with the marching band with Kenya Moore hair care, that's like that's I fucking love Kenya. She's one of my favorite housewives because, again, I don't like my Real Housewives being decent humans. I want them to be a little devious and villainous and shady and clearly with an alleged personality disorder put on camera. And I love seeing that because it's fun to digress and talk about and go through it and analyze it and make fun of it and talk about it and make comedy of it. Like, there's a lot about it that's what like really scratches the intellectual like entertainment itch in my brain, is when my housewives are awful people. That's why I love Dorit Kemsley, because she's a fucking awful person. Oh, and back to Beverly Hills. I want to see more smoking of Dorit on camera. Dorit, smoke more on camera. I fucking love it. You know, all my Real Housewives. Like, Countess Luann smoke. She didn't give a fuck. She'll light up whenever. You know, I want my housewives like that. Smoke, drink Diet Coke, like, be open about it. Who gives a fuck? We're adults. That's your choice. It is what it is. But with Kenya, so the one new girl, her name's like Britt Edie or something. I was like, this bitch is thirsty. And then I didn't watch last week's episode, but apparently she was off camera flicking out, throwing her mic out, trying to make a moment, saying she don't know me, I got a guns and shit like that. And then fucking Kenya being Kenya Moore, who we can go back and see some of the shit Kenya has done. Kenya went online and found like apparently this new housewife, like she did porn. Well, she printed out like her sucking someone's dick, and went to Costco and got like a big poster print of it and brought it out on the thing. And it's like, and so the fans are very divided, but I'm just going to say this about it. I don't really, I mean, at the same, I see both sides of it, and this is my thoughts on it. So don't hold me to it. But, and I actually just watched Kenya Moore on Tamron Hall, is she that bitch? That's a thirsty journalist. I mean, I was over Tamron Hall when she, what did she do? She had the drag race drag queen who like was like, he was like he was like messaging people with fake auditions and then like sexually like assaulting them or something, allegedly. And they edited, he was like, this queen like got into the final 4 of that season, and like World of Wonder, who produces Drag Race, like can't like edit him out of the whole episode. Like Tamron Hall had him on, and that's when I was like, Tamron, you're fucking thirsty. You had Stassi on after she did her whole like, you know, racial bullshit. So it's stuff like that where I'm like, Tamron Hall, get off. You're too like, where the fuck is Wendy Williams? Like, you know, Wendy Williams is actually going to do it the right way. Like, you know, and I was watching that, and Tamron Hall was trying to like be neutral and call Kenya out. I'm like, you can't you don't have the cojones. You don't have it to call out Kenya. Fucking Wendy Williams can. Wendy Williams be like, I didn't think it was cool, but girl, you shady. Deliver good TV or something like that. These are my thoughts on the whole Kenya thing. I don't, you know, if people do porn, if people, you know, post naked pictures, who fucking cares? I mean, it's your body. The human body is art. You want to, you know, sexuality is a part of the human experience. It's a beautiful thing. You know, you film it. It doesn't, who cares? Like, who really cares? You know, like, you know, you put that stuff out there, like, you know, live and love it. And people can weaponize it. And people who do just, they look shitty. And Kenya did look shitty. But at the same time, I'm like, when it comes to Real Housewives, it's a weird thing because I feel like Kenya was doing it, and I think she was almost being egged on by production. So then when production was like, they chose not to film with Kenya, I was like, fuck off. Like, you know, like, you just need to air it all out. Like, you made a right decision making Kenya a friend of, but like, you need to like keep her on the show and address the fallout, and don't like, it's one of those things I'm like, Kenya's coming to the fucking reunion, like she's still employed by Bravo. And I don't think Kenya's going anywhere. I think she will come back next season. I 100% believe that. And it's one of those things where I'm like, just like, it's Kenya Moore. What else do we expect? We want to see that type of messiness, that crossing the line. And I think Bravo's kind of in a weird spot. And it just like, I don't know. It's kind of going back to what I talked about in the beginning. It is kind of showing where like we're in some weird waters when it comes to Real Housewives. And like, and I think people are missing the fact that it has that Oscar Wilde quality to it. I wrote my thesis on if Oscar Wilde would be a pump head, meaning what he would love Vanderpump Rules, and the importance of being earnest. Oscar Wilde's most famous play. I compared Vanderpump Rules and Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, those two shows together, as a modern retelling of the importance of being earnest. The importance of being earnest it's a farcical, aspirational comedy. So it's showcasing the farce and the bad parts and the delusions of people living aspirational lifestyles in Victorian London. That's what Real Housewives is. It's a comedy, but it's also kind of trolling, and and it can be dark, and it's like, but you can also deal with uncomfortable things and have people go through it. That's why, like, all my favorite housewives, people always give me shit because I love the worst housewives. I love Kelly Dodd. I love Leanne Locken. I love Ramona Singer. The only one, and even Tamra Judge. I have respect for her because she's an awful human. It's stuff like that where I'm like, there's so much we can learn about ourselves and society by this stuff. And I think people are being too quick to cancel it out. And I think they're being too ridiculous with it. And we're in a weird predicament. And I feel like this is happening with Kenya. I don't agree with what she did. But at the same time, it's like, you need to keep filming. You need to keep filming with her and watch her walk through this, because that's how you learn as a society. It drives me nuts. It just drives me fucking nuts. So with that all said, guys, I've been talking for 27 minutes. I'm going to put the ad break in here, and then I'm going to come back with my whole espresso shot on watching Gypsy Rose. So hope you enjoy this, and stay tuned. Peace out. All right, ad break. I got to pay for all this damn coffee I'm drinking and tea I'm spilling. What's up, art lovers? It's me, Zenobia Darling. Did you know I'm more than just a drag rock star? I'm also a very accomplished painter, photographer, and you can check it all out on ZenobiaDarlingCreative.com. Sponsored by the Harford County Cultural Arts Board, my blog, #RockstarLife, the arts blog. It explores all my creativity right when it crashes into local culture. Explore my neo-expressionistic fine art, my editorialized goth photography. And this is the best part. You can buy my original paintings and you can spruce up your boring-ass walls, because every wall needs some glittering Zenobia Darling on them. So go check out Zenobia Darling Creative. The link is in the episode description. Ooh, what's up, Glamazons? It's Zenobia Darling. And my rock stardust doesn't just happen, right? It's crafted to perfection at Odyssey Salon and Day Spa in Aberdeen. Let me spill my secret. Abby, my badass stylist, is the mastermind behind my iconic glittering blonde mohawk. Whether you want to spike it up, smooth it out, dye it a killer shade, or just add that extra edge to your hair, the crew at Odyssey have the magic to make you feel like the superstar you truly are. And it's not just about hair. They keep my nails sharp, my skin polished, and every visit is an absolute blast. And here's the best part, my darlings. Odyssey isn't just about looking fierce. It is a safe space where us LGBT folks can feel right at home, shining as our truest selves. So if you're ready to live your own #rockstar life and embrace your creative spirit, get yourself to Odyssey Salon and Day Spa in Aberdeen. Tell them Zenobia sent you and show the world how fabulous us rock stars look. And you never know, you might run into yours truly. The link to book your visit to unlock your fabulosity is in the episode description.
paranormal punk rock queen. We premiered my newest art film, Ethereal Anarchy, Zenobia Darling's Haunted Revolution, on November 1st with my opening reception of my immersive art exhibition, The Paranormal Realm Beyond the Lore. Let me tell you, Part 1 of this film captured one of the most profound paranormal experiences I've ever had, and it was met with roaring applause and accolades. And yes, we filmed it in true punk rock fashion to bring you even more content. But Huns, the revolution is just getting started, and we need you to bring part 2 to life. We have so much more content from part 1 that we want to include. Plus, we're actively filming for part 2. So we're pushing paranormal storytelling to the edge in true aspirational punk rock fashion. Your support fuels every haunting moment of this journey. From ghost hunting gear to fair crew pay, every dollar you contribute keeps things spooky and queer just the way it should be. Join the Haunted Revolution. You can find the link to our GoFundMe in the episode description and help us raise the dead and the funds.
Ooh, what's up, guys? It's me, Zenobia Darling. I am coming at you today. It is a April Saturday night, and I'm sick in bed. So my allergies have been really fucked up. Have an upper respiratory infection, sinus infection. It has wiped me out. Like, I've been in bed the last 3 days. So I decide. So when I get sick, I just hunker down in bed and I pollute my brain with reality television and documentaries. And guys, I watched a little one. It's not a one season wonder. I think there is a second season. It's just on Netflix or Peacock. It's only the first season. But I watched Gypsy Rose Blanchard's, what is it called? Life After Lockup. It's her reality show of her getting out of jail, and it just documents her life. It's like a docu-soap, and I'm captivated, guys. I'm fucking captivated. I'm watching this shit, and I'm like, it's perking my reality TV brain up. Like, this show fucking delivers. Like, Gypsy Rose, this little bag of crazy, and I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say she's a bag of crazy. This little earnest lady is fucking delivering. I mean, right out the bat, I'm sitting there and I'm like, there's an aspirational quality to it because she's famous. There's like a really dark undercurrent to the whole thing based on her whole Munchausen like history with the murder of her mom and the abuse she went through. And then there's a darkness within her that I find so captivating, but there's also an earnestness and a sweetness to her. And guys, I just had to go to Mike and I just have to talk about it. I got a bitch. I got a rant. I took a page of notes, literally sick in bed on antibiotics all day today. It's been cold, not cold. It's been like hot one day, cold the next. The sun hasn't been out in 3 days. So I've been locked in my bedroom, curtains drawn, big screen TV blasting Gypsy Rose's show. And I've also been watching some other Netflix documentaries, which I might talk about. I don't know. But I'm like, holy hell. So here I am. So let's get into this espresso shot. Please pardon my voice. I know I sound a little haggard, but again, the trees are horny. The pollen's up. I have to quit vaping because apparently that's killing me. But I don't know. At least I'm not smoking cigarettes. But it's just, I feel like hell. I mean, I had a fever today. It's been a rough few days with me. I'm on the mend. Hopefully, I'm hoping. I'm off the next 2 days. I took off Friday, took off today just because I've been sick. And I'm hoping the next 2 days I recover. So Tuesday, I'm back, bing, bang, bong in, cutting hair, making content, doing my bullshit. And for this espresso shot, guys, I had a little coffee break planned with a special somebody, but I had to cancel it because I'm sick as fuck. So, it's not COVID, it's not the flu, but I feel like I have the flu. But I figured, when all else fails, I have my own self that I can bitch on Mike because that's one of the great things about podcasting with me because I am a professional stand-up comic. I don't need a guest to do a podcast. I have myself. I can talk. I mean, I can talk to the damn wall, which I'm doing right now, but it is what it is. So let's get into Gypsy Rose Blanchard. It's just, I'm telling you guys got to watch it. It's on Peacock. It aired on Lifetime. Let me see if I can find the second season because Gypsy Rose, Life After Lockup. Oh God, and I love the childhood pictures right off the bat. I'm on there. It's her fucking it's like her little baby photos dressed up as like a a fairy princess with cancer. Like, it's just that sounds really bad, but it's ridiculous. It's just the whole thing just has a camp factor to it also that I'm living for. So, but before I get into it, I do want to give you guys a little bit of a life update. So I am really sad. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little coffee break I had with Davey Calico last week. Davey's having his housewarming party today, and I'm too sick to be there. So I called him a little bit ago. Sounds like he's having a good old house party, which, you know, I hate missing. I love a good house party, you know, for us rock stars. 'Cause that's the thing. I don't like going out to bars. I don't want to go out to clubs unless I'm VIP. You know, I don't really go out like that, but I love a good house party, and I love a good underground punk show. Like, I love going to see like a underground punk band performing in someone's basement. I literally went to one. This was last year with Liz Lawson. I think I talked about it before. We were seeing Trash Diva, which is a local Baltimore punk band that's like queer as fuck and amazing. You should. I'll put a link in there below. I put a link in the episode description because I fucking love them. But, you know, you go to the underground punk shows in some house in like Perry Hall, Maryland, which is like on the eastern suburbs of Baltimore. And it's like, you know, 20 punks in like a basement. And then literally in the middle of Trash Diva's set, some old lady came down and like switched her laundry over. And I'm like, this is the best. And I love a good fucking house party, you know, just like a good group. You know, you got some games playing, you got some Pong, you got some, you know, Cards Against Humanity. But I don't really like Cards Against Humanity. I like the gay version. It's called Tops to Bottoms. I don't know if they make it anymore, but I like them vulgar and dark and really gross. Like, I want it like, you know, and Cards Against Humanity just doesn't hit that vulgarity mark like I like. But I like that type of stuff. I like a chillin'. I like sitting around a campfire, you know, smoking a blunt, you know, chilling, having good conversations. That's what I like. I don't, you know, I'm good with bar. I mean, I do wish we could dance more. I wish there were more dance clubs open, but that's beside the point. So Davey Calico's having one, and I'm so sad I miss it. I know he's listening to this. I've been texting him, but I feel really bad I'm not there. But at the same time, guys, I'm sick as fuck, and I got to take care of myself. So, you know, I don't think I could be there. I mean, literally, I showered today, and I ran to Dollar General to get more medicine, and that wore me out so bad that I literally have been in bed since. So in bed, polluting my brain with Gypsy Rose. So, and the other thing I want to talk about is like 2 weekends ago, I went on a paranormal investigation. I'm not going to say, we haven't got the official approval from the place in Havre de Grace to actually officially say where the location's at, because the owner doesn't want it known that it's haunted. Just for business purposes, because again, Havre de Grace and this area can be kind of conservative and kind of Christian leaning, and it seems a lot of times Christian egos can get in the way of any type of paranormal thing. So she hasn't officially given us the okay, so I'm not going to say where exactly the place is, but it was a haunted mansion in Havre de Grace. I went on one. It was with I invited, because it was my friends. It was with Abby. It was with Para Ann, who's been on the podcast. Abby's the one I'm doing the hairstyling with, and a few other people. And I invited Mike from Charm City Paranormal up, and we had one of the best paranormal investigations I think I've ever been on. Truly, it was, I mean, we dug into the history of the mansion. We had some really good Estes methods, like some of the best I've had. I mean, like, just really good spirit communications. I've taken some really good pictures. I went to a rave the night before too. That was fun. I definitely really enjoyed that, you know. But this ghost hunt, guys, I will get the approval from the owner, because I have the videos I want to post on TikTok, because again, it's also some of the best compelling evidence I've ever had. I mean, we had Mike under the Estes method. I was leaning it, and we were in one of the bedrooms. And the history of this place is, we're pretty sure in the 1910s, 20s, a doctor lived there, and it was kind of like a little bit of a hospital ward. And so we're in the bedroom, where there's one of the bedrooms which has a lot of paranormal activity. So Mike's in the bathroom in it under, and that's where I took a bath the night before in that bedroom, and let me tell you, it was not a relaxing bath. So we're pretty sure someone was drowned in there, but we're not sure. But we kept getting all these kids coming through saying they were afraid of this man, and I crossed two spirits over, and then the man, this doctor, we got the name Isaac or something, came through. And he was calling us demonic. And then I'm like, no, dude, we're not demonic. We're not dark. Do not say that. And he corrected himself, like through the Estes method. He was like, this box you're communicating with is demonic. And then I felt like I had a spirit walk through me, and I was like, up, guys, my body, don't do that, please. And then it was like, oh, sorry. And it was like, it was just a good paranormal investigation. Mike truly, if I that's another thing I did was I went back and I rewatched a lot of the Charm City Paranormal YouTube channel. I'll put a link below in the episode description. I am like absolutely blown away. Like, and it's just so cool that I'm friends with that dude, Mike, because he truly is one of the more talented cinematographers and content producers I have seen in a while. And he's such a he came over my house. He met Melvin, so, and we're generally friends. And like, it's just so cool. I love it when I have really talented friends because like, I'm just in all about it. Like, and I love that, I just love watching so I was watching the channel and I'm like, it's just great. So just go watch it. Go support him. He is the best. So yeah. So with all that out of the way, guys, let's get into fucking Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Life After Lockup. So it is I don't even know. So this is the show. So clearly in prison because she clearly made some type of content deal for a reality show with Lifetime while she was in prison because she had the let me see if they have it on Peacock. So they have the prison confessions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, where let's see, that's season 1. And so she shares like her. What is it? After spending nearly 7 years in prison for the murder of her mother, Gypsy Rose Blanchard shares revelations and secrets for the first time. So that was released last January. So she got paroled. It was December 28th, 2024. So she got released out of prison, and now she's on parole for about, I think, 15 months. And like, so they documented her coming out. They document her family. They document everything. It's a reality show. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I want to know how much money she got. In fact, I'm going to look that up because she made a good bit of money. Because, I mean, she's clearly not like working on the show. She's not like working at Starbucks or working at, a dog groomer or something like that. But she clearly signed a content deal with Lifetime because she got that, and then she got I keep saying Love After Lockup because that's pretty much what it felt like because she definitely is loving hard, and but then at the same time you kind of feel bad because you're like, she never got to like be a teenager, she never got to do stuff because her dad made that comment in one of the things like, she's 33 but she's making like 17-18-year-old choices, and you got to think like, yeah, her life has been very stunted, and that's very sad and dark. But at the same time, I'm like, thank God you guys got this on camera because it was really compelling in a way I wasn't expecting. So hold on, let me see how much her net. Oh, it says Gypsy has an estimated net worth of $3 million. So I don't know. Let's see. How the hell is she worth $3 million? I mean, that's crazy. She's worth $3 million. That means she must have, I'm telling you, she must have cashed in cha-ching, cha-ching when she was in prison, because that is insane. She's a wide wave income sources saying since becoming from brand sponsorships and published works to televising and podcast appearances. I mean, she is a social media influencer. So that's there. I mean, she's a real. Okay. So, she did get money for Mommy, Dead, and Dearest, for Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup, and season 2 set to premiere March 2025. So it's probably airing now. She had a book, her memoir. So she didn't get paid for the act, but I mean, hey, girlfriend needs it. She deserves it through, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, she's not working. The husband, Ryan, who she got released to, he's a school teacher, which, I mean, I got a lot of thoughts on that myself. I mean, we'll get into that, but like, so she got paroled, and then she's just like living her life in like Lake Charles, like, West Virginia. No, she's like living her life in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and which is interesting to me. I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, what the fuck? I said $3 million. God, that like took the wind out of me. But there's so much to get into, guys. It's just like, I mean, this shit is so insane. It's just so fucking insane. So there is like a very real quality to it. Like that's something I like. Like in reality shows, I can always tell right away when a show is very produced or it's more real and raw. This one was fucking raw. Like there were moments where I was like, that was not supposed to be filmed. Like there was a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of stuff where it makes me question Gypsy Rose and what narrative she's trying to push. Cause I think she clearly has PTSD. If she, with all the shit she's went through, it probably shifted her personality. And what did I always say? A personality disorder is a terrible thing to waste. If you don't, it's a terrible thing to waste and you need to put it on camera. That's what I always say. So it doesn't surprise me that she has that. She seems like she is actually very intelligent, but she's also very stunted and she's a little too earnest. And it gave me a little bit of a Vanderpump Rules quality. There is this quality where I'm just like, you're very earnest, you have the fame, but you also been locked up and so sheltered that you don't know about social media, you don't know about fame that much, and then you come out and you're catapulted to fame like you are, and it's nuts. And she's kind of steering the narrative. Like there were a lot of moments in it where I was like, Gypsy, what's going on? Like it seems like there's some stuff happening and producers were kind of pointing at it as well. Like what's going on with this ex-fiance, Ken, who she actually gets with and is had a baby with? Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, did you cheat on Ryan with him? Were you texting? But there's other things where like it's 3 a.m. and you're texting Ryan, your ex-husband, who you're currently married, because on the show, she hadn't fully filed divorce yet. I miss you. Is everything all right? I love you. I always love you. That type of shit. And I'm like, okay, Gyps, something's off. Something is just off about this whole thing. And then there's also something I pick up on. She's a smoker. Like she full on smokes cigarettes, but you can tell she does it off camera and she doesn't want it on camera. Because there was one moment where her and Ryan were getting into a fight after going to a Japanese restaurant that was like, I mean, it was reminiscent of like Tom Sandoval and Kristen Doty Tom Sandoval took Kristen Doty to a Korean barbecue place in LA in season 2 of Vanderpump Rules. And it was like, clearly they're in a loveless relationship. They're not happy. Kristen's a vegan. Tom's taking her to a place that only serves meat. She was fucking miserable. It was like one of those fights, and they get into a fight in his little Dodge Charger. He's a white, like her ex-husband has a white Dodge Charger, and he like drives right. It's always that fucking noise going on because again, they're in Louisiana. These are some backcountry bumpkins. We're just gonna call them, and so he. And like I saw in there, they're fighting. She has a bunch of smoke coming out from her hand. I look down. She full on lit up a cigarette. And I'm like, oh, you smoke and you don't show that on camera. I hate reality stars that don't smoke on camera. If you're a smoker and you're on a reality show, just do it on camera. Just smoke on camera. It doesn't matter. Just you're putting your life out there. I always enjoy a smoker. It makes me happy. I love smoking through people. I mean, I'm an ex-smoker. I still vape. I still crave a good cigarette. And right now with my allergies the way they are, I sound like I'm a chain smoker and I'm not. But, I just noticed that. It makes me really question the narrative. Like, she's aware of it. And the other thing that really makes me question it, her and her husband were fighting. And Gypsy Rose got out her fucking iPhone and was recording it and gave it over to production to put in the show. And, like, the husband was pissed about that. And then in the next fight, that fight at the Japanese restaurant, she's like, I don't want to talk about this on camera. And I'm like, but you had no problem filming Ryan flipping out on your iPhone and videoing the whole thing when you guys were having a fight. So in the Lake Charles condo. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, it's kind of weird to me. Like, it's just something that's going ping, ping, ping. Derek, pay attention to this. Something's off. Something is off. The other thing I like about this show is they are telling the story that we all were following last year, because this was last winter when she got released. They're telling the story through the tabloids and the TikTokers. They have some gay who's in bed. Oh, I love Queen Gyp. I love Queen Gyp. Oh, she's free. She's a beautiful soul, you know. And then you get some woman. I don't really like Gypsy Rose because she just she turns it back to herself because she's a narcissist. So they have like the TikTokers, you know, comment. You know, the TikTokers fucking love it because you know people are looking at it and be like, oh, I know this person. Oh, they're on my TikTok. So they're showing a lot of how the social media narrative is playing into it. And then they're showing what really is going on and how it's affecting her and her life and her family and her support network, which I think is very compelling. I think more reality shows need to do that. That's a main driver from I remember The Hills back in the day was the one who really first started pioneering this, because I remember Lauren Conrad, Heidi Montag, who, side note on Heidi Montag, girl work. I love that she's now she came out with a video for that music video that's she came out with the music video for that song. And girl, it's really bad, but it's so bad it's good. I love it. But anyway, I digress. But so on The Hills, they were having stuff that was leaking on the tabloids. And then you would watch The Hills to find out what really happened. But because of production had such a lag time back then, that you would have to wait a year. So now you're starting to see that with the Kardashians, you see this with the Real Housewives. They are playing with the narrative and they're coming it out sooner because people are going to the shows to find out what's happening. And I like that they're giving that because it's really putting you back. Okay, I remember when I remember when she got matching tattoos with her ex-fiance, Ken, who she's now with. I remember when, you know, they show her going, she just got out of prison and she's going to get shoes because she got locked up in I saw some hooker go-go boots with heels. And she's they don't fit. And then she's looking like a weirdo walking into a shoe depot in an outlet somewhere in Missouri. And paparazzi's following her, and you know, and she's this is fucking weird. This is weird. I didn't want to be famous. And it's yeah, you did. You did. Everyone wants to be famous. Let's just be honest with it. That's another thing about Gypsy. I said, she keeps saying, I didn't want to be famous. I'm not famous. Bitch, you are famous. Okay? Your $3 million came from you fucking being famous. So there's a lot of that. And I remember when that was on TikTok and that was on all the social medias of her going into the shoe depot right when she got out of prison. They're first glimpse of Gypsy Rose, blah, 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 with that husband, Ryan, with the white Charger. So it's there's things like that I'm I don't know. I appreciate that. I appreciate the storytelling. I mean, it gives it an aspirational feel, and it gives it's already the social media hooked us in. And then we're kind of okay, so it kind of gives us that good brain scratch, that good reality television, especially good aspirational lifestyle one, which I'm not saying Gypsy Rose is living an aspirational lifestyle. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you know, I don't think anyone wants to live like her. But at the same time, she's famous in our society. Everyone wants to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I am famous. As simple as that. But she they're giving us that moment, and it's just it's very good. It's very, very good. The other thing about the show, and that it really hooked me in, there is such a dark undercurrent to this reality show. The best reality shows are when they have this underlying dark subtext that highlights a very shadowy, darker, more nefarious side to human behavior. And some of the best reality shows are one season wonders, and they can't come back for another season because it just was too dark, and too toxic, and just too much. They couldn't bring it back. I mean, I'm thinking back, Being Bobby Brown. I mean, with Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, that one season wonder was 2005 on Bravo with Whitney Houston, you know, kiss my ass. You know, Bobby, that type of shit. Whitney and Bobby cracked out smoking Woolas, which is a marijuana blunt, with what is it, crack rocks in it, and Whitney's smoking it, reading the Bible, and they're acting fucking nuts. That show could never come back after that season because we all watched it and we're what the fuck is this train wreck? Most compelling TV you'll ever see. Truly, most compelling stuff you ever see. But it can't come back after that. You look at Intervention, they have to change out the people every episode because each episode is so dark that you really can't sustain a full season or several seasons of the show. You hear my voice going out? All right, guys, I got to go get a hot tea. All right, guys, you hear my voice? All right, I got to go make some hot tea. I'm going to put the ad break in here. I'll be right back to continue talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. All right, guys, and we're back. I think this is the best my voice is going to get. I made some hot rooibos tea right next to me. So where was I? Let's pick up because I was talking about the underlying darkness of the Gypsy Rose Blanchard's Life After Lockup show. So the darkness comes from the fact that she had Munchausen's by proxy and that her mother did horrendous abuse to her. She also said that she was molested as a kid. It was something hinted on. It was talked about on one of the documentaries about her life. And so she has this really intense darkness. She also was there when she hired someone to murder her mother, which happened. Miss Dee Dee, not Dee Dee Darion, the legendary Baltimore drag queen. What was her name? It's like, I was looking at her name. It's some like really long Creole name that I'm like, what the hell? Because her mom went by Dee Dee. Claudine Blanchard. So it's like, so she hired this guy to kill her mother, which like you know, so she got sentenced to 10 years in prison. She got released in 8, and then, you know, so she served her time. She's still on parole. She won't be off of parole until this June, which I'm sure she's counting down the days because God knows I can only imagine the fucking trip. You know that bitch is going to Disney World. You know that bitch is going to be one of those Disney World adults that goes to every fucking Disney World in the world, posting all sorts of content. I'm taking my kids, you know, that type of shit. She's going to go to, I'm telling you, she's going to go on like a Margaritaville cruise. Oh yeah, she's definitely a cruiser. I can see her going on a lot of cruise, the Disney Cruise Lines. I can see her going to Disney World. I can see her going to Branson, Missouri to see, you know, she's one of those people. I'm no judgment against it, but she just strikes me as one of those people that enjoys that type of thing. I'm not one of those people, but she is, and that's her choice. But there is like just the darkness, like with everything that she has been through, that undercurrent is throughout the entire show. And there's stuff where like her and her husband were fighting and she's like, you're triggering me. Like I feel like I'm being controlled like my mom. And you're like, holy hell. Like you almost forget because she comes off as so sweet and innocent and warm that she has been through absolute hell and survived it, and she's thriving, and it's like you forget that, and you're kind of like, holy shit. And you're kind of realizing like that, like her dad, which I haven't talked much about her damn dad, but her dad is daddy as fuck. I mean, he's Creole, he's buff, he's a boater, he's tatted up, he's got a sexy Creole accent. I mean, that dad, ooh. And then she also got some tattoo cousin Joe or something that lives out in the middle of down in the Delta. What is it called? Down Low, Louisiana, or some bullshit like that, or Cut Off Louisiana, who owns a tattoo shop. He's hot too. I'm like, God, there's some hot men, and I mean, I definitely could do some threesomes between the daddy and that cousin. But the dad, he's really hot. You can tell he's like a sweet guy. You know, he seems a little Christian-y for me, but again, he's a boater. We could take me on the golf, take me in the bayou. You know, he's fucking hot. But you can see how like all of this has affected his dad. I mean, it has affected her dad. It's affected her whole family, her half sister. And you just really are grasping the absolute monster that her mother was, and kind of the trail of tears and destruction that the mom's unchecked mental illness caused on Gypsy and everyone around her. I mean, Gypsy is 33. I mean, she was born the same year I was, 1991. She's 33, and you see in there not the repercussions, but you're seeing the devastation of that emotional damage. Like you're seeing the abuse play out still, and it's that darkness. It's like it's so crazy to me. Like it's very compelling. And then you also have the fact that she's on parole. So she is on parole, and it's like she would post something on social media, and her parole officer called her and was like, hey, you need to take this down. and you could see where they're kind of, because she's under parole in Missouri, but she got released and is living in Louisiana with her then husband Ryan, and then she eventually gets it transferred to move in with her parents, and you see that happen, and it kind of gives it like a real world like feel. And you're also seeing the terror of she does not want to go back to prison, and she's trying to do the best she can on parole. And you like see that play out in like real time. And it kind of adds like another depth to it. 'Cause you're like, wait a minute, like you did just get released from jail. You did just, you were still paying that debt to society. You're still not fully free. And you do have to watch what you're doing on social media. And then the other aspect to that is because her and Ryan, her ex-husband, get into a fight about it. She's like taking the fame and becoming an influencer. And that's how she gets her money. And you're kind of like, you're seeing that play out too. And you're also getting where the parole officers, I mean, Louisiana and Missouri, I don't think they know what influencing is. I don't think they know that if you're a top-notch influencer with the fame like Gypsy Rose has, you can make bank on social media. And that's what she's doing. And she's making content to make money to pay her bills and they were kind of like, you need to get a job and pay the bitch is not working at Dairy Queen. Okay. The bitch is not working at the Pilot truck stop. Okay. Or serving tables at the diner. She's capitalizing social media influencing so she can like live and buy the dog and get her hair done and get her nails done, all that shit, and get a nose job. So it's just stuff like that where I'm like, this is interesting. This is the whole thing was I'm telling you, it's on Peacock. Just take a watch. Just take a watch with it. It's just so, I don't know, like, and then we got her glow ups, her fucking glow ups. I mean, she gets out of jail. She's buying new shoes. That's the first thing she did. I was like, girl, work. I would too, and then she goes and she gets a pedicure, and she's like, I never got a pedicure before. And the ladies, of course, the lady on there's like, oh, I'm on camera. Watch me plug my business. Oh, I'll just set the bar real high for you, hun. And it's like, okay. So she get a pedicure. And then we come to find out that she's kind of talking, the ex-fiance, Ken, is talking to the stepmom to get back into the thing. And it's causing a lot of tension between Ryan, the stepmom, and Gypsy. And he likes blondes. So she goes and gets her hair done. Well, she gets a full set of foils with a nice, because her hair's naturally dark, and she gets a full set of foil highlights with a good glossing treatment, and it's cut, and so she's blonding out. And then I love it because she clearly is using way more purple shampoo as the seasons go on, because her hair gets blonder and icier the way, and I'm like, girl knows hair care. Congratulations. Where's the applause? Oh, no. Where's the so she knows hair care. Good job. If you're a blonde, use purple shampoo. It's not, don't be dumb. So she's doing that. And then you come to find out that Ken likes blondes. And you're kind of like, that's been another thing where I was like, what is this fucking narrative with Gypsy Rose? Like, what is happening with her? Because clearly she still is in love with Ken. And one of the first things she did, so we see her go to New York. She just go to America. She goes on The View where Joy Behar forgets that she murdered her mom. And, and then she goes on Nick Viall's podcast, and she is tearing Ken, the ex-fiance, a new asshole on that podcast. And you're kind of like, I see what's happening. But then you start seeing little hints, and it never fully is revealed. Was she seeing Ken the whole time and cheating on her man? And cheating on Ryan, her current husband at the time? We don't know. Because I think she did, because there were signs like the blonde hair, and then they get matching tattoos. And can we talk about Ryan? I think I talked about him a little bit, but he's a school teacher. He's definitely he's vaping in almost every scene. He's a little controlling. Something just seems off. And you got to remember, people that write into prisons and get prison brides like that, something's a little off about them. They're going to be a little, there's as Wendy Williams would say, they got a little ticky ticky boom boom. And so something is just off with him. Something is way off. They get his family on there. His mom comes in with her little, her little Karen cut, full set of makeup. Hi, I'm doing some good Southern country kitchen cooking here right here. Like that type of bullshit, hee haw. And, with all the Christian shit, Jesus loves, with like a crosses on their wall, that type of decor. I mean, these are the people that we're talking about. Okay. I'm like, not my people, but you're getting a good mental image of the type of people. I mean, definitely MAGA, definitely enjoy voting for Donald Trump. We'll just say that, but something is just like off about him. Like something is just off, and you could just tell Gypsy's not happy. I mean, she got married in prison and they're living together, and already right when they get home, they're already seeing the cracks in it. He snores. There's control issues. She's staying in the apartment or the condo all day long doing nothing except making TikTok content that's getting in trouble with the parole thing. They're fighting about it. Then they're fighting off camera and she's filming on her iPhone. So there's just a lot. But Ken starts coming in the picture, and then the current husband's fighting with the stepmom, and then the dad's trying to get involved, but he's also not trying to get involved, and then Gypsy Rose runs and spends a weekend with her dad and stepmom in Cutoff, Louisiana, and I googled Cutoff. I mean, it's down in like it's like below New Orleans, it's way out there in the Gulf. I mean, I would never live there. I don't like living near water like that, but because the whole thing, one good rain and everything's underwater. I mean, all the houses are on stilts and shit, which I can't handle. But so she's going out there, and Ryan's like, and you could tell Ryan's jealous of Ken the whole time. Is you not FaceTiming with me because is there somebody there you don't want to see? And then Gypsy's like, goodbye. But that's the whole thing. You're like, and then we never see them on camera together. We never see him and Ryan. You never see Ken on camera until the end. And then production goes, because he lives in Dallas. They fly to him in Dallas and get his side of the story. And you're like, you could tell something was up. They definitely were fooling around, texting. She's saying that Ryan made her block Ken's number, but I think they were secretly messaging, because there was a lot of times where she would be texting and he'd be looking over at the phone driving, who you texting? And you could tell she was texting him. So I never explicitly said that, but there was a lot of things where you're like, what are you doing, Gypsy? But that's the other thing. She's so, I just want to be happy. I'm taking my day at a time, and we had a great night, and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, did you cheat on your man? I want someone to come out and ask her, did you cheat on Ryan with Ken? Because I mean, I'm just saying, allegedly, I think it's yes. That's just my drunk, coughed up medicine, that's just my cough medicine, delusional, alleged thinking, is that she did. Because, I mean, is she? I mean, it's nuts to me. It's fucking nuts. And then we see her, another glow up. She's getting tattooed like left and right. I mean, she got a tattoo by the hot cousin. She's getting matching tattoos with Ken, the ex-fiance, and then this is beautiful. So she ends the fucking series getting a nose job. I'm like, really, girl? Was that pro bono so the plastic surgeon could get on camera? I mean, she looks good, though. She looks good. I bet you she's going to get more. I can see her getting a tummy tuck. I could see her getting, more plastic surgery, because she seems like that type of person that would. No judgment. But, she definitely is getting a lot of glow-ups after. She's definitely feeling her freedom. But, I don't know. See, what else did I got? There's just, guys, I don't know. I already been talking 40 minutes. Holy hell. So it's just the whole thing is just so fascinating. All right, I'm really losing my voice. I'm losing steam, getting ready to go to bed. But guys, make sure you subscribe to the podcast feed, subscribe to me on social medias. I will be back next week with, it might be Espresso Shot, it might be a coffee break, all dependent on, how I'm feeling and everyone's schedules. But I will be back, and make sure you just go watch Gypsy Rose Blanchard. It was a good deep dive. I really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10. For me, it's Zenobia Darling approved. And with that, guys, I'm going to end it. Peace out.